Okay, so for my first update of the new year, I decided to bring out some of my low-cost U.S. airlines. Now, most of these are going to be Frontier, as you can see, and the main reason why is because I've been really plussing up my Frontier fleet over the last couple of months, not only buying the models, the pre-made models, but also buying some of the pre-made models and then customizing them. So I'll go over which ones are original and which ones are custom. But we'll go ahead and start out over here at the end with my three budget carriers here. We've got the Allegiant A320 parked at gate number 22, just about to get pushed back. Gate 23, I got my Spirit Airbus A319. And that one right now is getting loaded up with cargo. Right next to that, at gate number 25, is my Sun Country 738. It's waiting to take on passengers, and in the meantime, it is taking on fuel. Alright, now moving on to my Frontier models. I've got a couple A321s on this side. This first one is the original Gemini 200 Ferndale the Owl, in the process of getting pushed back. And if you look closely, you can also see the wing walkers and the taxi director ushering it back. Next to that is my first custom I'll talk to you about. This one also started out as a Ferndale the Owl. I did some work to it, stripped off the old tail, put on a Virginia the Wolf, and there we go. My first custom A321 out here. You can see it's taking on lots of luggage. Got the GPU card up front, and it's also taking on fuel under the starboard wing. Gate number 28 is my Starjets Frontier A319 Woody the Wood Duck. It's also taking on fuel and catering, and the pilot is pre-flight in there on the starboard side. Gate number 30 is an arriving Frontier A320. This is the original Gemini version, Griswold the Bear. And it is getting directed in by the taxi director. At gates 31 and 32 are my two Gemini 200 A319s. This first one here is Wally the Wolf. That's the original Gemini 200 version. And then next to this, also started out as a Wally the Wolf, but I converted it now to Earl the Walrus. And on the other side, you can see that it is taking on luggage as well as being hooked up to its own GPU cart. Alright, one of my smoothest customs over here is my Orville the Red Cardinal Frontier A320. This also started as a Griswold the Bear, and just like on my Virginia the Wolf, I stripped off the old tail, put the new decals on, and there we go. This one's taking on catering as well as luggage. And then my last Frontier custom, which is actually the very first one I made. This was a Hogan model. It is a Frontier A321, Otto the Owl. And this one is also just about getting pushed back. It's got its wing walker standing by. And those are all my mainline jets I have out there today. I'm getting into my RJs. These are going to be all Frontier, and all four of these models were converted or made from scratch. Alright, my first one, and this was one of my better ones, is a Frontier CRJ 900, and it's Grizzly the Bear. And although Frontier never had a 900 series CRJ, they only used 700s, I decided to make this one anyway, as I sometimes do. It came out really well. It is parked at gate number 37, in the process of preparing for pushback, taking on fuel, and if we look over here on the port side, also taking on luggage. Alright, next to that, I've got my, this was a Herpa model. It's an ERJ 190. I converted it to Hamilton the Hummingbird. It is in the process of loading up passengers and taking on cargo. Moving on to gate number 40. This is my most recent custom. It is a Hogan Frontier A318. It's spiked the porcupine, and it is just hanging out at gate number 40 right now. I've got one more A318 I'm going to convert, and that one's going to be Waldron the Sea Turtle. And then my last RJ was my Foxy the Fox CRJ 700. And it is in the process of getting pushed back. Okay, moving on to my commuters. It is mostly SkyWest, only because I had just the one Q400 in Frontier colors. I'd love to make more. This is the only decal that I've been able to find for the Q400. It is their mountain lion tail. As soon as I can find more decals, I will absolutely make more of these, as I love the way that the Q400 looks in Frontier colors. This one is taking on fuel, luggage, and lots of passengers boarding both the front and aft entryways. Gate number 45. Alright, the rest of my commuters are all SkyWest models. I've got a couple Brazilians in the standard SkyWest livery. This one, aircrew is walking out to the aircraft. The one next to it is taking on luggage and passengers, about to get pushed back. And then over here at gate number 41, this one's also taking on passengers. Captain's pre-flighting on the starboard side. You can also see I have a little gate check cart parked next to the people loading up on it. And then my last one, it's a United Express, but it is operated as the SkyWest carrier. So that one is just parked and waiting for the next cycle. And those are my commuters. And last but not least, as promised, my Eastern Airlines 737-800. I think this is the first time I've had this model out since I bought it. I really like the Eastern livery. This one is kind of some old school, since I didn't have any space at my mainline terminal. It is using the stairway entryways. No one's boarding it yet, but it will be soon. That's at gate number 46 Bravo.